All right, all right, all right, all right, all right.
Here we are. We made it, y'all.
What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel, getting you on the grind and improving your mind every single video that we come out with. So make sure you guys smash that like button if you're tuning in, and make sure you're subscribing to the channel so you can get all the notifications and support the channel. And you can comment in the live stream or the comments below if you're watching this on playback. So welcome, guys, to the channel. So in today's video, today's live stream, which is today's video, we're going to be talking about why you should never talk in the workplace, right? So I think this is a very important topic, actually. The other day at this job, I saw a manager talking to two employees and trying to resolve a conflict, and I was like, you know what, this would be a really good idea for a video to talk about. A lot of you guys out there, you guys are what is
Hold on.
oh, the camera fell. Yep, camera fell.
See it live.
Well, yeah. People don't understand the YouTube struggle. They don't understand. They don't know the camera work, all the stuff that we got to do to prep, all that kind of stuff. You guys ain't ready for that.
I've seen this shit happen live right there.
It'd be like
Oh.
that, guys, sometimes. It'd be like that.
Yeah,
but that's
so-
not going to take away from the message today. Okay. Anyway, so what I was saying, a lot of you guys out there, or a lot of people, are gossipers. You guys love to talk a little crap at work. Oh, he said that, he said that. And we're going to talk about why today it is not wise to be talking crap in the workplace to either people or management or doing all this crazy stuff and further damaging your workday and making everything worse for everybody. You don't want to be that guy that everybody hates because they know you're the guy who talks about everybody or the girl who talks about everybody. It's going to not be good for you. It's not going to be good for them. It's going to, it's going to hurt everything, your reputation, everything, your future. And it just makes you look like a dumb person, and it makes you look mean spirited. You want to be a positive person in all realms, and one of these realms is in the workplace itself. When you're at work, if you have to do an 8-hour day or a 12-hour day or a 16-hour day, or your entire life maybe revolves around your job, which we do not recommend. We recommend you have lives outside of work and actually make friends, go outside and have activities and things you like to do. And we like you guys to not hate yourself and not work yourself to death.
Don't do
So
that.
this video is for when you guys are working and when you're actually have to be on the clock. So we got some good tips for you guys today. So let's get into this little slideshow that we prepared
Little
for you.
presentation.
For you.
Little
So,
presentation.
Yeah. Why you should not talk at the at the workplace. We're trying not to curse in the first few minutes of the live stream because YouTube does not like that and would further shadow ban our channel, which we don't want that.
We already know. Anyway,
So let's talk about why you should not. Let's just get right into the topic. So let's talk about reason number one. Well, a bunch of reasons that go into reason number one. Damaging your reputation. So talking crap at the workplace damages your reputation in many ways. So the first one that we put down is possibility of losing previous work friendships with other coworkers. Bottom line, if you're that person who's always talking about other people, you're a gossiper, you're going to make people just not want to be your friend in general. And it's always, you don't have to be friends with people you work with, but it's good to have good acquaintances and have positive people that you talk to, and makes the day go by faster. You want to have those like work friends, right? I guess you can call them work friends, whether it be at a fast food restaurant, the office space, on the rig, like, working on a boat, I don't know, anywhere. You don't want to lose your work friendships with other coworkers because you're known as that guy who talks crap at work and you're always saying negative things about people, and it's going to blow up in your face eventually. And it's not a good idea. Mike, what do you guys say about that?
yeah, because if you start, having having these arguments with other coworkers, the coworkers who witness these things, they're just not gonna wanna. They're either not gonna want to be, acquaintances with you. They're not gonna want to talk to you at work. They're gonna want to try to avoid you at work, and it doesn't really help the process of being at work, and it doesn't help also your networking aspect, which we'll get into a little bit later. But yeah, it's a terrible thing. The whole situation itself is just terrible, and doing these are the consequences to the actions that you make. And so, like, you'll see as we continue on, there's a lot of things that can happen because of these specific things. So with continuing on with damaging reputation, superiors will not take you seriously. And so that could be if you were possibly in the line of getting a promotion, and they find out you're talking shit about other coworkers at work, and you're getting into arguments with other coworkers. They might not choose you for that specific position, they might find a different prospect to take whatever role it is they felt like that
because
you
they know
might
that
have
you're
been.
just negative. And when you're talking
Exactly.
crap about people and the work environment and just in general and being a negative person, not only they're not going to take you serious for any possible future positions that could further enhance your life and make you into a better person. It could, it would damage your reputation with your employers, and they're knowing that you would just be such a nuisance to them. They would not recommend you or think of you for a promotion for the certain positions that you want. Not everyone is going to be an entrepreneur, have their own business, be their own boss. They're not going to, I have 6 figures, baby. Hire maids for my house, whatever. Most of you guys are not going to do that. A lot of people need to have these social skills in order to develop a positive reputation in the workplace, and it's not going to help if your superiors don't even take you seriously, and they look down upon you because they know you're the guy who's very negative to everyone, and they know if they tell you something in confidentiality, you're gonna go telling everybody else. Not very smart. Not very good.
Not a great plan.
Not a great
And
plan.
yeah, and so the next one here, it says you get no respect or help from other coworkers or your other superiors. So yeah, I said that kind of earlier in that first topic right there was, if you do these types of things, then a lot of people that don't like that, they're not going to respect you because you disrespect other coworkers. You're pretty much by talking crap about other people, they're not gonna respect you in any way. And superiors, if they find out, they're definitely not going to respect you because they don't want to see that in other type of leader. They don't want to see those kinds of people in other leadership positions. And even if you are a superior to others and you're doing that, then you're really going to look you're really going to be people are not really not going to disrespect there people are not going to respect you, especially other superiors that are either on the same level or even higher than you. If you are a superior of other people and you are talking about your subordinate people, the people who are underneath you, and that is something that can really hurt and damage your career if you know your people who are superior to you find out that you are doing that to your subordinate people. It's just a very bad thing to do, and just don't do it. And so another thing in there is this may affect future networking opportunities.
Let's say you have a coworker, and that coworker has a dream to have a big business, and your coworker eventually they leave your job and they do fulfill their passion, and they would have chosen you to do something for them when they become super rich and they make it. But because you talk so much crap in the workplace and you were such a negative person, and they know that you were a sneaky bastard, then they're not going to ever want to have you in their work environment. And you ruined possibly a really good networking opportunity for your future because you like the indignation of talking crap at work, and they found out you were talking negative about them or someone else, and they decided they do not want your negativity around them. So you ruined a good networking opportunity or job. Congratulations, you failed.
Yeah, and another example would be if you have you damage your reputation into having a reputation of someone who always talks, someone who always talks bad about everybody, or says whatever. And other superiors from, let's say you work at, I give a random example, you work at a retail store, or you work in the operations of like Apple. Let's say you're working in an Apple store, right? And let's say you're the head of that Apple store, and a maybe a director of like a different region, you just so happen to walk into him as you're talking to your head of the region, right? And maybe they're having a conversation, but there maybe is an opening for a different region, or maybe that guy's retiring, and there's gonna be a position open. And but you have a specific reputation now that you know talk crap about people. You have this reputation of being that person that always likes to talk behind people's back and stuff like that, and being very disrespectful. And they're going to look at you as they're having a conversation with that other person, they're going to know that you're not going to be able to be the one to get this opportunity. And that can hurt you because you're not going to be able to network and to grow within the business that you're in already. If you're in this business and you screw up by talking crap about people and you gain a reputation of being that person that does that, then other people will end up finding out about it, and then that can ruin and damage your, how you can move up and network through the company in a specific way. You probably won't even be able to go into like that their main headquarter office building, because maybe some of them found out as well. And if you tried to, let's say, apply for a position in there, they're going to already know that you have this specific issue. And especially if they go to maybe some of your superiors or something, and they try to ask about you, and they're just like, oh, he talks a lot of smack about some of his coworkers. He's very, sometimes he can be very disrespectful, and then they'll just probably be like, oh, well, okay, thank you for letting me know, and then they'll never get back to you or anything like that. Like that can be something that happens. You got to
Right.
be careful.
Right.
And so the last part of the damaging reputation is that this will create a toxic work environment,
Yeah, guys, you
as
don't
you can
want to
clearly
create a
tell.
toxic work environment. Damn right. I agree. You guys don't want to go because when you start talking and gossiping in a negative way, and this is we'll talk about like in a negative way, right? You're going to have people, it's going to be like a whole sharing of negative energy that you just don't need. You already have the stress of the consumers, which are consuming whatever product you're working for at your company, and you have all the stresses of the daily tasks that you have to complete and all this kind of stuff. The last thing you want to do is talk some crap about somebody else. Their wife is ugly. I don't know. He doesn't work good enough. Like, you're probably not going to solve any problems just by talking. A lot of you guys are just emotional. Well, girls too. You're emotional and you want to let off some steam. You're not exercising when you get out of work, which we got to talk about that in the future about creating healthy habits to do after work, because a lot of you guys, when you get off from work, you just drown yourself in Taco Bell, and that needs to stop. I'm gonna sign a petition to have that stop. But you don't want to create toxic work environments with negative energy, and that comes from you gossiping in a negative way, especially about other people, and it's not going to help anyone. You're not doing anybody a favor by spreading stuff that should not be said, talking nonsense. Pretty much, you're taking away. Only say positive things. If you have, it's like the old saying: if you have nothing good to say, just don't say it, because it's not even worth it. It's not even worth your words being used in such malice. It's not even worth it.
Yeah, exactly. Don't you Because once you create a toxic environment, it's not
Now it's just
only
not fun
because now,
anymore.
yeah, it's not
The
even
pizza
just
party's
that.
not fun no more, is it?
No, I mean the pizza parties were never fun, to be honest.
Yeah, it's
But
carbs.
like, God damn it. Because once you create this toxic environment, not only now is that like you created this, right? You created this toxic environment, but now everyone is going to be in that same level, and so now everyone, possibly there's a possibility that this could happen, and that people will now start going after you, and they'll attack you, and then you'll be like, oh, what did I do? But it's you who started it. It's you that created this horrible place and this horrible environment of people that are working now, because you've negatively affected them by talking smack about them, or however you may do it. It's just not the way that you want. It's just not how you want that. And so let's continue on to the next part of this, which is, oh, well, you can look at this really this guy right here. He's being mean to this chick. He's like, get the heck out. That's just how it is. And this chick is just looking
See
at her like,
yourself out the door, bitch.
and she's just like,
She's like, what?
she's looking at her like, get out.
I thought this was an interview.
Anyway, so yeah, so another thing is that you show lack of emotional self control. If you are talking schmack about people in the workplace, you clearly lack emotional self control,
Not
because
good.
someone who has emotional self control does not start talking smack about others, especially, in the workplace.
Right? You don't want to be that guy who loses your mind. You get emotional, start yelling at someone, or you get to, well, I don't like what he said about me, and then you go off. Like, no, you. A lot of people can't handle their emotions in or out of work, and that's something that needs to be practiced. A lot of people need to understand emotional self control and how it affects your coworkers and creates stress in the workplace. You don't really need that, and it just shows you as a weak human being. And you show all your cards. Everybody knows you're a weak piece of crap, and then no one wants to work with you, and they won't respect you, and they won't like you, and it's going to cause tension, and it's not necessary.
Yeah, yeah. It when you lack self control, emotional self control, you show weakness, but also you create this type of like fear and stigma with coworkers. And coworkers, when they look at the schedule and they see that they're working with you, and then they're just like, "Oh no, it's just, I have to work with them." I don't want to hear them talk
I
about,
feel that.
other coworkers around me, or even me. I don't want them to talk about other coworkers that are also working with us, like about me either. I don't want to deal with that. That's just not something I want to do. I'm afraid of saying something specifically. I'm afraid of maybe saying, something of like my opinion maybe, and they lash out at me and say something mean to me, just because because of something that I feel is true, or that I feel is the right answer. I'm afraid of what they might say if I say something, and that's just not a great place to be. People who start to feel that way, uh I feel bad for them sometimes, because they shouldn't have to deal with that because it's work. I don't understand why people need to do these types of things at work in general. You all have to be there because you're all working, and if you don't like, if like no one has to like their job. But the thing is that no one has to hate everybody at their job either. They're all in this together, and so they just got to clock in, work together. Uh-oh.
More tech problems. Yes. Mike was on a roll too. Mike is correct. It's like you need to really be on your crap, and yeah, it's a lot to say with that. Oh nope, not even good. Nope. Almost. Nope, a little bit more. Mm, it's not good. Well, you go on.
Yeah, so fucking I forgot where I was because of this fucking thing. Um, let me just say that these people that do that, you these people won't respect you. Like we said earlier, they won't respect you. They're gonna be very scared of wanting to work with you, and they're afraid of what they might say could, you know, I wouldn't say hurt your feelings or hurt their feelings, but what they might say
Feelings.
because of what they hear about you or hear what you think, they might hurt your own feelings because of something that they might say either to you or to someone else that they end up telling you from the other person. And it's just a whole big mess of just idiocracy that doesn't need to be happening. It's honestly the dumbest thing to be doing, because we're all, yeah, oh, here, I found what I was trying to say. Aha. We're all in this together. We all got to clock in together. We all have to clock out together. Why do we need to be fighting with each other, or being mad at each other about something stupid? It we're all subordinates under a big company, most likely.
That probably hates you anyway. Your
Yeah, that
company
doesn't
hates
that
you, so
doesn't
stop
like
hating each
us.
other.
So why should we be fighting amongst ourselves when if we wanted to, we could, in theory, fight against the company if we really wanted to. Like that's what, like, you got to think about it that way. It's kind of like how it is, but at the same time, like, we don't need to be fighting with each other because we're all the same. We're all the same. We're all the same workers. We all do our jobs for the most part, but like we try. We all are there to do something. And what I try to do at my work is I just clock in and do my work. I lead a few people, so I tell them what I need them to do, and they're accountable for the work that they do. And so if I see that they're not doing certain things at work, I explain to them that they need to get done. And that's just how it is. I don't start talking smack about the people who are under me as like, oh yeah, this guy, he just sucks. He's very slow. I don't do that. I just, I tell them, hey, this is what you can work on. This is what you do great. This is what you can work on. And they respect me for that, and they want to do better because that I am like that. And so other people that, and none of my guys that work under me, they don't talk smack really about each other, which is great, because we try to create an environment that's very positive. Because when you think about like an entire store or like whatever, sometimes it can get a little frustrating. But when you try to keep it as small as possible and have like a good knit connection and network, like everything is good. and we try to keep it as positive as possible, which makes it better, and then also makes people not be emotionally uh you know unself control. Yeah.
Right, you do not want that. So let's go to some solutions here.
Well,
Oh, no, we're not even there yet.
we got one more. We got one more problem.
Right, another
We got one more problem.
another big problem.
The big problem.
You might spread fake news. So let's say you're talking about someone and
Fake
it's
news.
actually turns out to not be true. You heard something wrong and then you spread
Wrong.
it. You are a product of fake news and you should be ashamed of yourself for saying things that are not true. So it's better not to just talk any shit. It's not, but it's better just not to say any gossip than say gossip that actually might be wrong, because no matter what you hear from whatever the source of the information, it could be
source.
wrong. So it's better not to even talk about it and just do your work instead of talking about fake news. The first reason is because you'll be seen as a liar. You do not want to be a liar because the people are not going to trust you. They're not going to want to tell you things, and that's going to take away power from you, because then if you don't know, if you're not in the loop of things, you don't have to talk crap, but it's good to know things, just to be aware, not to spread anything or any words, but just to be aware of all the situations going on and just have a keen eye on everything. So, but if you start saying things that are not true, people are going to know you're a liar. You're not going to know anything. You're going to be out of the loop, and it's just going to damage your reputation further. You don't want to be a liar.
Yeah. And the next one is when you spread lies about people that you believe are true, but they're wrong. So you could be spreading certain lies, certain things that you believe that are true. Maybe you overheard someone, but maybe you thought you heard them say that this guy, smokes weed in the parking lot, and so you start saying, "Yo, this guy, he be smoking weed in the parking lot." But what he actually said is that I know some guy that's a buddy of mine who doesn't work here, and he tries to smoke weed in the parking lot. He gets arrested all the time. And so you completely didn't get the conversation at all because you're trying to overhear it. And now you're talking shit about someone. Like, you could get that person in trouble, but it's not even that person that's even doing the thing that's even being talked about. And so by doing that, you could jeopardize someone's job. You could jeopardize your own job because you are saying these lies, and then once they figure out that they're lies, then you're in trouble, and you don't want to deal with that because that's just an issue that you probably shouldn't have even gotten yourself into in the first place. It's just not something that you want to do. And when all this happens, no one's going to trust you. Like Andrew said earlier, no one will trust you when they figure out that you are a liar and you're spreading lies that are not true. They will not trust you anymore. Anything you say, they would possibly think that it's probably the opposite.
And they use against you.
Yeah. And so what you should do is you need to watch what you say to people, because
Everything you say can and will matter in any
Oh, yeah.
possible realm. You never really know. So, well, did you know that Sally's a drunk outside of work? Do you know that Sally cheats on Ben with that guy that works in the meat department? Like, you just stop. Don't even bring it up. You don't even, you just be alert, just be aware of what people are saying. But don't really act upon anything. Just act like you're just chilling. Just do your job. Go home. Don't get involved in anyone's crap, because then you're gonna end up the bad guy either way. It's not even worth it. Don't get involved in other people's business. Just not worth it.
Yeah.
Don't be in that circle. You can listen, but just don't talk.
Yeah. Don't say anything.
Watch anything you say. Just be careful. Now, some solutions is always be positive, never negative. When you're at work, just be a positive light around everyone, your bosses, or if you are the boss, especially if you're the boss.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're a dickhead.
Yeah.
You don't want to be a dickhead at work.
No.
We could do, I guess, a future life of how not to be a dickhead at work, but for this one, we're just talking about talking crap. So as I said, you want to be positive. You always be like making jokes. Just be that guy that everyone wants to work with. That's the easiest thing I could
Always
say.
be like
Be the guy that everyone, when they look on the schedule and they see your name, oh yeah, I'm working with Andrew. I am so, because when I come into work, I'm like, you're, and everybody, when they hear that, everybody goes, yeah, everybody knows, oh shit, Andrew's here. It's going down. It's gonna be the best day of my life. Thank God I'm with Andrew until 10, 11 p.m. I love this guy. He makes me laugh. He's funny. He's got cool stories about all the girls he fucks. I'm joking. And I'm just joking. And you want to be that positive light that when you come in, everybody's saying, oh, Andrew's here. It's going down.
Oh
It's
yeah.
gonna be a good a day. You want to
Good
be
a
that
day.
guy. You want to be that guy, that fun guy, not oh, Andrew's here.
Oh
Oh, here
no.
we go. Here we fucking go. Andrew's here. Day's ruined. Now I hate myself. Like you don't want to be that guy,
No, no.
right?
You also want to just be nice. You want to be
Right?
nice
Be
to everybody.
nice.
Like you don't like even if people are they seem very passive aggressive because work can be stressful sometimes. So it's understandable if some people they'll gain an attitude. Maybe they had a bad customer or something's just not going right for them that day with whatever work they're doing. And so just always be nice. So even if they're being very either aggressive, passive aggressive, they're being very condescending, a little rude, just be nice. And hopefully it'll rub on them, and they'll wake up from their terrible rudeness. And always, if someone is talking crap to you, maybe someone's saying something, maybe there's a little bit of he said she said going on, and maybe you find out, you should just talk it out. And like with my example earlier with that guy, or you overheard someone talking about smoking weed in the parking lot or whatever, go up to that guy, be like, hey, did you say that you're smoking weed in the parking lot? And then he'd be like, oh, no, 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 what I said was this. And so then you're like, oh, because you talked it out, now that whole entire conversation and that whole entire confrontation of you going to a superior to try to pretty much tattle on him or talk crap about him is now null and void. You don't look like a liar now. You found out the truth, and now everything's a lot better because you decided to not try to say something that was not true, and you wanted to find the truth in itself.
Right. No matter what, when you're at work and you hear something going on, just stay calm. You just want to, retain your emotional state and always be, be a philosopher, right? In a sense, just observe everything that's going on, understand the information that's being said, and process it, and just remain calm about everything, and just be very logical about things. Don't get emotional. Just try to figure things out, and then go back to doing your job. It's really that simple. Just stay calm. Don't get heated. Don't get into a fight, and then you get tossed out. That comes with emotional self control that we were saying earlier that you guys definitely need to work on. Staying calm could make the difference. Night and day difference could literally mean the death or the birth of your job and your future networking opportunities.
Exactly. And so here's some more solutions. So always seek the truth. Like I said
Yeah,
earlier,
just
you
find out
don't.
the truth calmly. You don't need to get crazy about it. Just do it in a logical, calm way. Don't get emotional. Just find, if you hear something going on about you, just, like, hey, you said this, just be direct but easygoing. Don't be like, what's wrong with you, bro? You thought you said something about me? You want to fight? You want to take it out of the parking lot? No, don't be an
No,
idiot.
don't be dumb.
Stop.
Stop it. Get some help.
Just- yeah,
And
just stop.
also, if people are coming at you and saying like things at you, never retaliate. Never say anything in retaliation to someone else.
It's
Always,
not even worth it.
yeah,
Well, she's fat. It's not even. It's not even.
yeah, it's not, it's really not worth it, guys. Don't try to get the last word in. Just if someone's saying something,
Leave it
just leave it
alone. Let it
alone.
go. Get back to work. You're still getting paid. You're
Yeah,
still getting
you're
paid.
getting paid. Who
You're paying your
cares?
bills. At
Yeah,
least some of them. Maybe
yeah.
one of them.
Hopefully, hopefully. Don't let the words bother you either. Don't let people, if they start saying stuff to you and they're talking crap about you, maybe don't let what they're saying bother you, because there's that saying, that old saying that says sticks and stones may break my bones, but words may never hurt me.
That is
And a lot of
correct.
people need to remember that, because they oof, they don't know. But words do not hurt. They just are. They are just words that people say because it's their opinion, and usually a lot of people's opinions just don't matter.
Right. You also want to stay professional at all costs. Just be cool about everything. Be nice. Just take it easy. Just handle it in a professional manner. Never let your emotions get the best of you, and just try
Yeah,
to be
you're at
cool.
work. You don't want to. You don't want to. Act all crazy and street. You want to. You're at the job. You're the job. You need to be professional at your job. You don't want to look like you're from. You're off the street. Like, that's just not how that works. You gotta be. When you're at work, you have this layer of professionalism that you have to convey,
Right.
and so you need to stay through that regardless of what is happening. If someone is saying something to you and you're getting into maybe a kerfuffle with some other employee, always stay professional, because they might be emotional right now, but if you stay professional and not get emotional, then it's just one-sided, and a lot of people will turn on them and tell them that they're being crazy, while you're just sitting there just being professional and you're not doing anything wrong.
Yeah, and we advise that everybody just stay away from gossip stuff and still get involved. But if you are in something, make sure you resolve peacefully and try to be the better man at all times, or the better woman, depends.
Yeah,
Like,
there
just
you
be the
go.
better person. Just walk away. It's not worth it. Don't even get involved. If someone talks negative to you, just handle it cool. Be like, all right, yeah, no, yeah, I might not be the best worker, but I'll get better. There's no problem. Yeah, that's all you really gotta do. Just don't let your ego destroy you. Just be cool. You can practice stoicism is also a really good way.
Yeah,
It's about learning emotional self control, meditating, learning to deal with your emotions better. It's understanding that you cannot control anybody else's actions, only what you do and how you respond to certain situations. I think practicing stoicism can help you in the workforce, and when it comes to like drama and all that kind of stuff, to stay calm no matter what. I think it's a good thing to practice.
yeah, exactly. We actually did a podcast on stoicism. You can go in on our channel into our podcast, the All Gains podcast, and you can take a look at it. It's in there.
Right.
Definitely go do that. It's definitely a good listen. But yeah, guys. So this right here is why you should
So
never
let's go back to
talk
full screen.
shit in the workplace.
Yeah, guys. So how do we handle this kind of stuff? So like when I go to work, I guess we'll end this live stream with how we do in our daily lives. I don't usually have people talking negative about me because I'm usually so awesome at my job. People love me. The
People,
people love me at
the
my job.
people love
I
me.
will tell you, they just love me.
Yeah,
They really are. I work with good people at any job I'm at. I don't have any beef with nobody because when I come in, I just do my thing. I come in, I do my work. I'm that friendly guy, like you're. When I walk out the room, everybody's like, "Oh, Andrew's here. It's going down." Just like what I was saying before, I'm a positive light. When I walk in, I don't talk bad about nobody. I just be doing my thing. I get my work done. I might not be the best worker in the place. I might just be too fun, but at least I don't cause any drama. I never get into any sticky situations. I don't be, banging everybody. I'm not trying to get involved in that. Uh, I try to just be a soldier, a good soldier. I do my thing, and I leave. Can you believe
he
that? I just
leaves.
leave with no
He
problem,
just
and
leaves.
then I come on YouTube and I talk crap on YouTube, which is completely okay because everybody else does it. So I don't take things too seriously at work because I know I'm getting that money. No matter what, I'm getting paid. Nothing anybody says could affect me because I'm doing my thing. Getting my work done. I'm not getting fired. I'm not getting canned, which is cool. It's a good thing. I'm getting the money. I'm getting the paycheck. No one can hurt me. I'm invincible. And if I get killed, so be it. That's the worst thing. The worst that could happen is that I die at the workplace. And
That
then
would
my
suck.
family sues them and my family gets money. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. Everything's fine. I'm just dead. It's fine. Yeah, that's the same for me. Like, well, except for maybe the whole dying thing, but whatever. Um, is that I always, like I said earlier in the stream, I like to be a more positive light. So I always try to have fun. I talk to my guys, and we bullshit, and we as we get through the work, I make sure that when we talk, that we're all working, and that way it makes the work more fun, because we're all, we all might be doing a specific task, but at least like we're talking, joking around, having a good time while we do it, and it makes the day go by so much faster, makes the day easier too, and especially when you guys are working together and you guys are a unit that is getting through the day. It makes everything about the job and the whole environment of work so much better. And when you have leadership that is the same way, and it helps a lot too, because when they are positive and they're not being very negative, then it definitely trickles down to everyone below them and makes them positive too, because they're in a good environment where they don't feel like they need to be talking crap about anybody. It kind of gets rid of that whole stigma of talking shit and stuff like that. It doesn't really happen as much. And so with me, like when everyone sees that I'm on the schedule and I'm coming in, they're like, "Oh, praise Jesus, we have our Savior coming in today." And then I come in and I do my thing, and everyone has a good time, and that's just how it is. And
Right.
it's not like I'm there to entertain everybody. It's not. This is just not how it is. I do my job. I like to have fun. Everyone has fun with me. We
Right.
get our jobs done and we go home because I just like to clock in, do my work, have a good time because I have like if I'm living, I'm living, and like 8 hours of my day has to be taken up by being at work. And sometimes people just feel depressed when they're at work because they feel like maybe they should be doing something else. But for me, like I don't want to waste my my happiness. So like I want to be happy all the time, and so if I got to be at work, if I got to be somewhere, maybe I don't want to be there. Maybe I want to be doing something else. But I'm there now, and so I need to have some sort of positivity there to then make everyone else feel positive too, because who knows what might happen in the future. People that might come up to me might be an eventual network that I might get into. I might be getting into someone's other business, and because he enjoyed either working with me or being served by me by whatever job it is, that he was like, "Hey, you're really good at what you do. Let me, come work for me and make more money and stuff like that." Blah blah blah. And that's just why being positive at work and not talking crap about other people at work is beneficial.
Right.
So,
Well said. Right. Well said. Yeah, guys. So that's pretty much it for today's lesson. Little podcast in here.
well, thing.
So yeah, don't talk crap about anybody because they just might end up on the next All Games podcast. You just never really know where life is going to take you. So guys, make sure you smash that like button if you have not already. Smash that like button
Smash.
and subscribe
Smash.
to the channel if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel. Show some support. Leave a comment. Leave a comment down below. Let us know what you think about this topic, and make sure if you like, you can donate to the Cash App link in the description below to support the channel. Funds go towards all the equipment for the channel. And with that said, we're going to see you guys in the next video or live stream.